Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. coin collecting as we explore the 7 most valuable and rare United States 1 dimes. These small coins may look ordinary at first glance, but some carry incredible history, rare mint errors, and eye-opening values that can reach astonishing levels. From iconic designs to hidden details most people overlook, you'll discover why certain dimes are worth far more than their face value. So grab your coin jar, sharpen your eyes, and stay with us until the end, because one of these rare dimes could already be in your possession. If you love hidden treasures, surprising values, and untold stories behind everyday money, this is a video you don't want to miss. Let's get started. First up in the 1984, United States 1 dime bearing the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt is a fascinating blend of history, misunderstanding, rarity myths, and real numismatic intrigue. While many people dramatically label coins like this as bicentennial, or claim they are worth millions, the true value of the 1984 Roosevelt dime lies not in fantasy, but in how collectors interpret condition, minting anomalies, and historical symbolism. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, is shown facing left, a deliberate artistic choice that reflects dignity, resolve, and leadership during one of America's most turbulent eras. Roosevelt served from 1933 until his death in 1945, and his presence on the dime honors his leadership through the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his strong association with the March of Dimes, a campaign that helped fight polio. The 1984 dime carries powerful national symbolism. The word liberty arches across the field, a reminder that freedom is the cornerstone of American identity, while I in God We Trust appears beside Roosevelt's portrait, reinforcing the nation's spiritual foundation during times of crisis. The date 1984 anchors the coin firmly in the modern era of U.S. coinage, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not use a mint mark. While millions of these dimes were produced, the overwhelming majority entered circulation and suffered wear, scratches, and damage, making truly pristine examples far scarcer than most people realize. The Roosevelt dime design, introduced in 1946, features a torch at the center, flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. These 3 elements are deeply symbolic. The torch represents liberty and enlightenment, the olive branch signifies peace, and the oak branch stands for strength and endurance. Surrounding these symbols are the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 1 dime, creating a balanced and meaningful composition. Unlike earlier dimes that featured an eagle, this design intentionally moved away from militaristic imagery toward a message of unity, peace, and resilience in the post-war United States. The 1984 dime into something extraordinary is not age alone, but rarity created by imperfection. Collectors aggressively search for coins with striking errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, misaligned layers, clipped planchets, or missing clad layers. In some rare cases, a 1984 dime with a dramatic mint error can command prices far beyond its face value, sometimes reaching thousands of dollars when certified by professional grading services. These coins are prized not because they were meant to be rare, but because they escaped quality control, making each example unique. Condition plays an equally powerful role in determining value. A heavily worn 1984 dime is usually worth only its face value, but one preserved in mint state condition, especially with full original luster and sharp details, can be surprisingly valuable. Coins graded MS67 or higher are exceptionally difficult to find, as even microscopic flaws can lower a grade. In elite condition, a simple dime becomes a competition piece among collectors who are willing to pay a premium for perfection. The idea that such coins can be worth millions often comes from exaggerated stories or misunderstood auction headlines. In reality, while a standard 1984 dime will not make someone a billionaire, the excitement comes from the possibility that a forgotten coin in a drawer or jar could be a rare error or top-grade survivor. That possibility fuels the thrill of coin collecting. The real wealth here is knowledge, knowing what to look for, how to evaluate condition, and when a coin deserves professional authentication. The emotional appeal of the Roosevelt dime should not be underestimated. It is a coin most Americans have held, spent, or ignored, yet it carries the face of a president who reshaped the nation. For collectors, this familiarity combined with hidden potential creates a powerful attraction. The dime becomes more than currency. It becomes a historical artifact that bridges everyday life with monumental national events. The 1984 P dimes, the advice is simple but important. Do not assume, but do not dismiss. Examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for doubling in the lettering, unusual textures, missing elements, or striking misalignments. If something looks different, unusual, or wrong, that difference could be where value is hiding. Coins that appear ordinary at first glance sometimes reveal extraordinary traits upon closer inspection. The 1984 P. Roosevelt dime represents a broader truth about coin collecting and wealth. Fortunes are not made by believing every viral claim, but by understanding history, recognizing genuine rarity, and preserving coins properly. While not every dime will change your life, the right one, discovered at the right time, can absolutely change how you see the money in your hands. In the quiet details of these small silver-colored discs lies a world of history, symbolism, and possibility waiting to be uncovered. That the 1984 P. Roosevelt one dime continues because it represents the perfect intersection of everyday money and hidden potential. At first glance, this coin looks ordinary, something millions of people have carried in their pockets without a second thought. Yet for collectors, the 1984 P dime is a reminder that even modern U.S. coins can hold unexpected value when examined through the lens of rarity, condition, and minting history. The portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left captures a president remembered for resilience and reform, and that symbolism alone gives the coin lasting historical appeal beyond its modest face value. The 1984 P dime may possess subtle mint errors that transform it from common change into a prized rarity. Coins with doubled lettering, off-center strikes, weak or missing clad layers, or unusual die cracks can command strong prices in the collector market. These errors were never intentional, which makes each example unique. When such a coin is authenticated and graded by a professional service, its value can increase dramatically, especially when demand outpaces the limited number of surviving error peak. Most 1984 P dimes circulated heavily, picking up nicks, dull surfaces, and worn details over time. Finding one with sharp features, blazing original luster, and no visible flaws is far more difficult than people realize. High-grade mint state examples, especially those approaching near-perfect preservation, attract serious attention from advanced collectors. In this realm, the difference between an average coin and a top-tier specimen can mean the difference between face value and hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. The myths surrounding million-dollar dimes often overshadow the real story, but the excitement they create is not entirely misplaced. While a standard 1984 P dime is not a guaranteed fortune, the thrill lies in the hunt. Collectors know that valuable coins are sometimes discovered in old rolls, inherited collections, or forgotten jars of change. This possibility keeps people searching, learning, and engaging with numismatics, turning curiosity into a lifelong passion. The 1984 P. Roosevelt dime teaches an important lesson. Value is not always obvious. A small coin can carry immense historical meaning, artistic symbolism, and potential financial worth when the right characteristics come together. Whether kept as a collectible, studied for its design, or examined for rare errors, this humble dime proves that hidden treasures often exist in the most familiar places, waiting for someone with knowledge and patience to recognize their true importance. Next up in the 1979 P. United States one dime sits at a fascinating crossroads of American numismatics, surrounded by myths, excitement, and the very real possibility of extraordinary value when the right conditions align. While many people casually handle this coin without a second thought, seasoned collectors know that hidden within ordinary-looking dimes can be astonishing rarities. The obverse features Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, a portrait that honors the 32nd president and reflects strength, resolve, and national unity. The inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the 1979 date and the Philadelphia Mint origin, frame a coin that at first glance appears common. But history has taught collectors that appearances can be deceiving. The 1979 P dime does not come from the standard issue alone, but from exceptional circumstances surrounding striking errors, experimental planchets, and ultra-rare transitional pieces. During the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint was producing massive quantities of coins, and periods of high output often resulted in dramatic mistakes. These mistakes are where fortunes are born. Coins struck on the wrong metal, coins missing layers of their clad composition, or pieces struck with misaligned or doubled dies can transform a humble dime into a 5-, 6-, or even 7-figure treasure in the eyes of elite collectors. The reverse of the Roosevelt dime, with its powerful symbolism, adds another layer of intrigue. The torch represents liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength and victory. The inscription, E Pluribus Unum, and United States of America. One dime, complete a design that speaks directly to American ideals. When this design appears distorted, doubled, or incorrectly struck, the value skyrockets. A sharp doubled reverse, especially one clearly visible without magnification, is the kind of discovery that can electrify the coin world overnight. What truly fuels the legend of the 1979 P-dime is the existence of rare mint errors that were never meant to leave the mint. Some examples have been found struck on silver planchets intended for earlier dimes, giving them unexpected weight, tone, and composition. Others are missing one of their clad layers, revealing a copper core that dramatically alters both appearance and market value. These are not small variations. They are dramatic anomalies that collectors will fiercely compete to own, sometimes pushing prices into life-changing territory. Another factor that can elevate a 1979 P-dime into the realm of the extraordinary is condition. While millions were minted, very few survive in flawless, untouched states. Coins that escaped circulation and retained razor-sharp details, mirrored surfaces, and perfect luster can command staggering premiums, especially when paired with subtle errors or unusual strike characteristics. In the highest certified grades, even minor differences can mean the jump from hundreds of dollars to tens of thousands. The excitement surrounding so-called bicentennial era interest adds to the allure, even though the official bicentennial coinage predates 1979. Collectors often associate late 1970s coins with a period of patriotic collecting and experimentation at the mint. This era produced some of the most dramatic modern rarities ever discovered. When a 1979 P-dime surfaces with unusual patriotic symbolism errors, spacing anomalies in E Pluribus Unum, or dramatic off-center strikes, it becomes part of a broader narrative of American coin history that collectors find irresistible. Stories of everyday people discovering valuable dimes in pocket change are not fantasy. They are the heartbeat of numismatics. A single coin pulled from a jar, drawer, or inherited collection can rewrite a family's future. This is why experienced collectors urge people never to dismiss old dimes without inspection. Weight, sound, edge composition, and strike quality all offer clues that something special may be hiding in plain sight. The smallest detail can separate a face-value coin from a museum-worthy rarity. When a rare 1979 P-era dime appears at auction, competition can be fierce, driven by collectors who understand that once such a piece disappears into a private collection, it may not resurface for decades. Scarcity combined with intense desire is what creates explosive prices. This is how coins that once cost 10 cents can suddenly be discussed in the same breath as luxury homes, supercars, and generational wealth. What makes these coins so powerful is not just their metal or design, but the story they carry. They represent accidents of history, moments when machinery, human oversight, and timing aligned to create something never meant to exist. Owning such a coin is like holding a frozen moment from the U.S. Mint's past, a tangible artifact of imperfection that the collecting world celebrates rather than rejects. If you own any 1979 P. Roosevelt dimes, the smartest move is patience and curiosity. Do not spend them casually. Examine them closely, compare them carefully, and seek expert evaluation if something feels different. While most will remain ordinary, the rare few that break the rules can shatter expectations. In the world of rare U.S. coins, it only takes one extraordinary dime to turn curiosity into fortune. And sometimes, legends begin with the smallest change in your hand that the 1979 P. Roosevelt dime is what truly captivates collectors and dreamers alike. There is something electrifying about the idea that a coin so small, so easily overlooked, can carry hidden power and enormous potential. Every scratch, every unusual shine, and every subtle misalignment becomes a clue in a treasure hunt that anyone can join. This sense of discovery keeps people searching through old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten drawers, fueled by the hope that an ordinary dime might actually be an extraordinary survivor of mint history. The 1979 P dimes is how unpredictable their value can be. Unlike bullion coins whose worth rises and falls with metal prices, These pieces live in a world driven by scarcity, story, and demand. A unique error discovered today may have no comparison, allowing collectors to set the market through competitive bidding. When two determined buyers clash over a once-in-a-lifetime dime, prices can soar far beyond expectations, transforming a small piece of copper nickel into a financial phenomenon. Its mystique and perceived importance. Roosevelt's portrait stands as a reminder of resilience during hardship, while the torch, olive branch, and oak branch speak to liberty, peace, and strength. When these symbols appear altered by striking errors or unusual die characteristics, the coin feels almost intentional, as if it were meant to stand apart from the rest. Collectors often describe such pieces as having presence, a quality that cannot be measured but is instantly felt when held. The 1979 P dime because they challenge the belief that only ancient or gold coins can be valuable. These dimes prove that modern U.S. coinage still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. They also remind people that wealth does not always arrive in obvious forms. Sometimes it hides in the smallest denominations, quietly waiting for someone observant enough to recognize its true nature. The legend of the 1979 P rare dime continues to grow because it represents possibility. It blurs the line between everyday life and extraordinary luck, turning spare change into a symbol of hope and curiosity. Whether or not a person ever finds $1 million example, the search itself keeps history alive and imagination burning. In the world of rare coins, every dime tells a story, and some stories have the power to change lives forever. Next up in the 1966 United States, one dime occupies a fascinating and often misunderstood place in American coinage, making it an irresistible subject for collectors and storytellers alike. Although many people casually label older U.S. coins as bicentennial, the real magic of the 1966 dime lies not in a celebratory date, but in the unusual era in which it was struck. This coin was born during a time of dramatic change in U.S. currency, when silver was disappearing from everyday coins and the nation was adjusting to a new monetary reality. That transition alone gives the 1966 dime a powerful historical identity, transforming it from a simple 10-cent piece into a symbol of an ending chapter in American numismatic history. The dignified portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt faces left, projecting strength, resolve, and quiet authority. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and his presence on the dime reflects ideals of perseverance and leadership. The words liberty and in God we trust frame his image, reinforcing the values the country aspired to uphold during a turbulent decade. Even subtle details, such as the sharpness of Roosevelt's profile or the clarity of the lettering, can dramatically influence a coin's desirability, especially among collectors who prize pristine examples. The 1966 dime displays a powerful symbolic composition that many people overlook. At the center stands a torch representing liberty and enlightenment, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength and victory. These symbols are deeply rooted in American ideology, quietly telling a story of balance between power and peace. Surrounding this design are the inscriptions United States of America, one dime, and the timeless motto E pluribus unum, reminding us that for many, one nation stands united. The elegance of this design adds to the coin's emotional and artistic appeal. The 1966 dime into the realm of rare and valuable collectibles is its place in a no-mint mark era. During the mid-1960s, mint marks were temporarily removed to discourage hoarding, making it impossible at first glance to tell where a coin was produced. This mystery has fueled decades of fascination, especially when combined with rare production anomalies. Certain 1966 dimes exhibit striking errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or unusually sharp details that defy expectations for mass-produced coins. These unusual traits are where ordinary dimes transform into extraordinary treasures. Condition plays an almost magical role in determining the value of a 1966 dime. Most examples were heavily circulated, used in everyday transactions without a second thought. Finding one today with brilliant surfaces, full torch bands, and minimal wear is exceptionally difficult. Coins preserved in near-perfect or mint-state condition can command astonishing prices, especially when certified by professional grading services. In the world of elite collectors, perfection is everything, and a flawless 1966 dime can ignite intense bidding wars. Rarity does not always mean low mintage. Sometimes it means low survival in top condition. Millions of 1966 dimes were produced, yet only a tiny fraction remain in exceptional shape today. That imbalance between supply and demand is what drives values upward. Add a dramatic mint error or a unique strike characteristic, and the price can soar into levels that seem unimaginable for a coin once worth only 10 cents. This is where the dream of hidden fortune becomes very real. Stories of rare U.S. coins selling for life-changing sums fuel the excitement around pieces like the 1966 dime. While not every example is worth millions, the highest grade specimens and the most extreme errors have reached breathtaking valuations. For collectors, it's not just about money, it's about discovery, the thrill of finding something overlooked by the world. That emotional rush is what keeps people searching through old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten drawers. The idea that a small, ordinary-looking coin could hold extraordinary value captures the imagination like nothing else. A 1966 dime represents possibility, the notion that history, artistry, and rarity can combine in the palm of your hand. It reminds us that value is not always obvious, and that time can transform the simplest objects into powerful artifacts. Coins like this connect the present to the past, carrying stories that extend far beyond their face value. For collectors and dreamers alike, the 1966 Roosevelt dime stands as a warning and an opportunity. Never dismiss an old coin without a second look, because what seems common today could be tomorrow's treasure. Knowledge, patience, and curiosity are the keys to unlocking that potential. In a world where fortunes are often thought to be made only through grand ventures, this humble dime proves that sometimes, history itself is the greatest investment. The true worth of the 1966 United States one dime lies not only in its market price, but in its meaning. It represents transition, resilience, and hidden power, qualities that resonate deeply with collectors around the world. Whether you hold one in your hand or simply hear its story, this coin challenges you to see beyond appearances. Because somewhere out there, a small silver-colored dime may be waiting to change a life, quietly holding a fortune that time has patiently preserved. The 1966 United States one dime grows even deeper when you understand the economic climate of the era in which it was produced. America was undergoing rapid social and financial change, and everyday coinage reflected that uncertainty. The removal of silver from circulating coins had shaken public confidence, causing many people to hoard earlier issues and ignore newer ones. As a result, the 1966 dime often circulated heavily and was rarely preserved with care, which makes surviving high-quality examples exceptionally desirable today. Another powerful factor that elevates the 1966 dime is the presence of subtle strike characteristics that trained eyes can recognize instantly. Some coins were struck with unusually strong details, especially in the torch and branch design on the reverse. Full torch bands, crisp lettering, and mirrored fields can separate a common piece from a premium collectible. These small details may seem insignificant to casual observers, but to serious collectors they represent rarity, precision, and craftsmanship that command substantial premiums. The from 1966 continue to fuel intense excitement in the numismatic world. Off-metal strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and doubling in the inscriptions are among the most sought-after features. When such errors are dramatic and clearly visible, the value of the coin can skyrocket far beyond its normal range. These rare mistakes are proof that even in highly controlled minting environments, imperfection can create extraordinary value. The 1966 dime cannot be overstated. For many people, the idea that a small coin tucked away for decades could now represent a significant financial opportunity is thrilling. It turns ordinary individuals into treasure hunters and transforms simple curiosity into lifelong passion. This emotional connection often drives collectors to pay premium prices, further pushing market values higher. The 1966 Roosevelt dime is more than just a piece of metal. It is a reminder that hidden wealth can exist in the most unexpected places. It encourages people to look twice, learn deeply, and respect the history carried by everyday objects. Whether it leads to financial gain or personal satisfaction, discovering the true story behind this coin is an experience that continues to captivate collectors and dreamers around the world. The 1966 Roosevelt dime is how it rewards knowledge over luck. To the untrained eye, it looks identical to countless other dimes from the 1960s, Yet experienced collectors know that tiny differences can mean everything. The depth of the strike, the sharpness of Roosevelt's hair, and the clarity of the torch and branches on the reverse can instantly elevate a coin's status. This is why collectors often say that the real treasure is not just the coin itself, but the understanding required to recognize its true potential. The market for rare U.S. coins has shown that demand for exceptional examples never truly fades. As more collectors enter the hobby and older high-grade coins become harder to find, competition continues to intensify. A top-quality 1966 dime, especially one with unique characteristics or errors, can attract serious attention at auctions and private sales. This growing interest ensures that the finest surviving pieces are not only preserved as historical artifacts, but are also treated as long-term stores of value. Next up in the 1970 United States, one dime is a coin that quietly carries history, artistry, and collector fascination within its small silver-colored surface. At first glance, it appears familiar, bearing the dignified portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States whose leadership reshaped America during some of its darkest and most defining moments. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame Roosevelt's image, symbolizing freedom, faith, and national resolve. Yet beyond this familiar design lies a deeper story, one that has turned certain 1,970 dimes into objects of intense desire among collectors who understand that rarity, condition, and hidden minting details can transform an ordinary coin into a remarkable treasure. The 1970 dime adds another layer of symbolism and intrigue. The powerful eagle with wings spread conveys strength and vigilance, standing proudly on a shaft of arrows that represents readiness to defend the nation. Beneath the eagle rests a wreath of olive sprays, a timeless symbol of peace and unity. Encircling this imagery are the words "United States of America" and the face value 1 dime, while the motto "E pluribus unum" reminds us that the nation was forged from many parts into a single whole. Every line and symbol was carefully chosen, making the coin not just money, but a miniature monument to American ideals. What elevates the 1970 dime from common currency to a potentially valuable collectible is not merely its design, but the circumstances surrounding its production. Certain 1970 dimes exist with rare minting variations, subtle errors, or unusual strikes that set them apart from the millions produced for everyday circulation. Coins struck on the wrong planchet, missing mint marks, or displaying dramatic doubling in the lettering can command extraordinary attention. These anomalies are not obvious to the untrained eye, which is why some of the most valuable examples have been discovered years later, quietly resting in jars, drawers, or inherited collections. Condition plays a powerful role in determining a 1970 dime's worth. A heavily worn coin may carry only modest value, but one preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition can be something entirely different. Coins that retain sharp details, full luster, and untouched surfaces are increasingly rare with each passing decade. When collectors encounter a 1970 dime that appears almost frozen in time, it ignites excitement because such preservation suggests scarcity. In the world of numismatics, rarity and condition together form the foundation of exceptional value. There is also a powerful emotional pull behind coins like the 1970 dime. These pieces are tangible links to the past, handled by generations before us, circulating during a time of cultural change and global tension. Holding such a coin connects the present to history in a way few objects can. This emotional connection fuels demand, and demand drives prices upward, especially when collectors compete for the finest or rarest known examples. It is this blend of history, art, and human emotion that makes certain coins so intensely sought after. Stories of rare USA coins selling for astonishing sums often spark dreams of overnight wealth. And while it is true that some extraordinary error coins have achieved headline-grabbing prices, these cases are exceptional rather than typical. The real fascination lies in the possibility. The idea that something so small and overlooked could be worth far more than its face value. For collectors, the thrill is not just in profit, but in discovery. Finding a rare 1970 dime feels like uncovering a secret the world missed, a silent survivor of history waiting to be recognized. The phrase bicentennial is often used to stir excitement, and while the 1970 dime itself predates the official 1976 bicentennial coinage, it still belongs to an era that reflects America's evolving identity. Coins from this period capture transitional designs, materials, and minting practices, making them especially interesting to collectors who appreciate nuance. When rare features align with historical context, a coin's desirability can rise dramatically, even if it was once dismissed as ordinary pocket change. The 1970 dime, the most important advice is patience. Rushing to spend or sell without understanding its characteristics could mean losing something special. Careful examination under proper lighting, attention to weight, strike quality, and lettering can reveal clues about rarity. Serious collectors know that knowledge is power in numismatics, and even a single unusual detail can change a coin's story entirely. The true value of a rare 1970 dime is not just measured in dollars, but in its ability to inspire curiosity and respect for craftsmanship. These coins remind us that history often hides in plain sight, waiting for someone to look closely enough. Whether worth a modest premium or a life-changing sum, a rare dime represents possibility. The possibility that the ordinary can become extraordinary when rarity, history, and human passion collide. So before dismissing that small silver coin as spare change, take a moment to look again. The 1970 United States $1 dime may be more than just currency. It could be a fragment of American history with a story yet to be told. In the world of rare coins, fortunes are not always made by chasing gold, but by recognizing the quiet power of something small, overlooked, and timeless. The 1970 United States $1 dime continues to captivate collectors because it represents a moment in American coinage when traditional design, national symbolism, and subtle rarity came together. Franklin D. Roosevelt's left-facing portrait is more than a tribute. It reflects resilience, leadership, and the spirit of a nation that endured economic hardship and global conflict. The bold words "liberty" and "in God we trust" surrounding his image reinforce the core values the country has long cherished. For collectors, these details are not just decorative, they are historical fingerprints that anchor the coin firmly in its era. The powerful imagery tells an equally compelling story. The eagle with wings spread wide stands as a symbol of strength and vigilance, while the arrows beneath it signify readiness and defense. The olive wreath below balances this message with peace and unity, showing America's desire for harmony alongside power. Encircling the design, the inscriptions "United States of America," $1 dime, and the motto "E pluribus unum" unite the artistic elements into a message of one nation forged from many. This intricate symbolism elevates the coin from everyday money to a meaningful artifact. The 1970 dimes is the possibility of rare variations and striking anomalies. Some examples were produced with unusual characteristics that escaped detection at the time of minting, making them highly desirable decades later. These coins stand out because they are different, and difference is the lifeblood of rarity. When collectors identify a dime with exceptional features, it can instantly move from ordinary circulation to elite status within the numismatic community. Another critical factor behind the fascination with the 1970 dime is survival. Millions were minted, but very few remain in exceptional condition today. Time, handling, and circulation have worn most examples down, leaving only a small fraction with sharp details and original luster. These well-preserved coins feel almost untouched by history, and that sense of preservation commands respect and strong demand. Collectors are willing to pay significant premiums for coins that appear as though they have just left the mint. The appeal of the 1970 United States $1 dime lies in its mystery and potential. It represents the thrilling idea that something small and familiar can hold unexpected value. Whether viewed as a historical keepsake or a potential financial surprise, this dime encourages curiosity, careful examination, and appreciation for the art of coinage. For many collectors, that sense of discovery is priceless, and it is what keeps the legend of rare American dimes alive. Next up in the 1977 bicentennial Roosevelt dime stands as a shining testament to that legacy. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary dime, with Franklin D. Roosevelt's dignified portrait facing left, the 32nd president whose leadership shaped America during some of its most challenging times. But for those who delve deeper, this coin represents far more than mere currency. It is a piece of history, a tangible connection to the enduring ideals and moments that have shaped the nation. From the elegant lettering of liberty encircling Roosevelt's profile to the solemn, "In God we trust," this coin captures both artistry and reverence, creating an object that resonates with collectors and historians alike. What makes the 1977 bicentennial dime truly remarkable is its reverse design, a stunning composition that exudes both power and symbolism. Spread wings atop a shaft of arrows signal strength and resilience, while the surrounding wreath of two olive sprays embodies peace, hope, and prosperity. The eagle's pose is not just decorative. It is emblematic of the country's enduring spirit, standing firmly on the foundations of its history while facing the future. Beneath this striking imagery, the combination of the olive branch, torch, and oak branch speaks volumes. Each element carries a weighty message: peace, liberty, and victory, reminding us that the values of the United States are deeply rooted and celebrated in every detail of its coinage. The 1977 Roosevelt dime, not only for its historical symbolism, but also for its extraordinary rarity and potential value. While millions of dimes were minted for circulation, only a fraction possessed the pristine quality, flawless strike, and eye-catching luster that elevate them to the status of rare. A coin in near-perfect condition, with no visible scratches, toning, or wear, can command astonishing prices among collectors. The combination of historical significance, limited availability, and aesthetic appeal positions this dime as a true treasure in the world of American numismatics. It's not just a coin, it's an investment, a tangible asset with the potential to appreciate in value dramatically over time. The story of the coin itself enhances its mystique. Franklin D. Roosevelt, immortalized on the obverse, was a leader whose impact continues to be felt decades after his passing. The 1977 Roosevelt dime represents the continued reverence for his presidency, a period marked by resilience in the face of economic hardship and unwavering commitment to democratic principles. Owning this coin is like holding a fragment of that history in your hand, a connection to the challenges, triumphs, and ideals that defined an era. For collectors, the coin is more than its material. It is an emblem of legacy, pride, and heritage, carrying a story that transcends its face value. The 1977 bicentennial dime is nothing short of staggering. While many coins circulate unnoticed in pockets and coin jars, a rare Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition can fetch tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. The market for rare United States coins has grown exponentially in recent decades, fueled by collectors, investors, and enthusiasts eager to claim a piece of history. Every detail, the sharpness of the strike, the gleam of the metal, and the perfection of the design, can significantly impact its market value. For anyone fortunate enough to possess such a coin, the implications are transformative. It could literally be a life-changing asset. The 1977 dime is another reason collectors and enthusiasts revere it. From the meticulous lines in Roosevelt's hair and facial features to the precise symmetry of the eagle's wings, every aspect of the design demonstrates an exceptional level of craftsmanship. The combination of symbolism, historical reference, and artistic mastery makes this coin an object of beauty, not merely a medium of exchange. Numismatics is as much about appreciation for art as it is about value, and the 1977 Roosevelt dime excels on both counts. It is a miniature sculpture, a narrative frozen in metal, capturing the very essence of American pride and achievement. The story of the dime also intersects with the larger narrative of bicentennial coinage in the United States. The 1970s were a period of national reflection, commemorating the 200th anniversary of the country's founding. Coins from this era, including the 1977 Roosevelt dime, were imbued with a sense of patriotism, unity, and historical awareness. This historical backdrop amplifies the allure of the coin for collectors. It is not merely an old piece of currency, but a commemorative artifact that embodies the celebration of a nation's enduring principles. Owning one is akin to holding a symbol of the country's identity during a pivotal period in its history. For aspiring collectors and seasoned investors alike, knowledge is power when it comes to identifying the rarest dimes. Many circulated coins appear ordinary, but subtle distinctions, a sharper strike, a unique minting error, or an uncirculated finish, can turn an everyday coin into an extraordinary find. The 1977 bicentennial Roosevelt dime holds potential surprises in this regard, with some specimens featuring slight variations that are highly sought after in the collector's market. Being able to recognize these characteristics can elevate a simple dime into an exceptional treasure, demonstrating the intersection of expertise, observation, and fortune in the world of numismatics. The excitement surrounding these coins is amplified by the stories of collectors who have stumbled upon them in the most unexpected places. Old jars, forgotten drawers, and even pocket change. The thrill of discovery, combined with the staggering financial potential, makes collecting the 1977 Roosevelt dime an adventure as much as an investment. It is a reminder that history can literally be in your pocket, and that even the smallest, seemingly insignificant objects can harbor immense value. This narrative fuels the imagination and drives the passion of collectors worldwide, ensuring that the 1977 dime remains a centerpiece of discussion, fascination, and desire. The 1977 bicentennial Roosevelt dime is far more than a simple piece of metal. It is a symbol of American heritage, a work of art, and a potential financial windfall. From its detailed design capturing the essence of Roosevelt's legacy to its reverse side rich with symbolism of peace, liberty, and victory, this coin represents the best of American numismatic tradition. Its rarity, historical significance, and aesthetic beauty make it a treasure for collectors and investors alike, offering not only a tangible connection to the past, but also the potential to transform the future. If you own one of these coins, it is crucial to recognize its worth, both historical and monetary, as a piece that could elevate your collection and perhaps even change your fortune forever. Next up in the 1990 United States, one dime stands as one of the most fascinating and coveted coins for collectors and investors alike. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin circulating in everyday transactions, yet its historical context, intricate design, and rarity elevate it far above its face value. Featuring the iconic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, this dime immortalizes the 32nd President of the United States, a figure whose legacy in guiding America through the Great Depression and World War II resonates even decades after his passing. The coin carries not just monetary worth, but a piece of American history etched in metal. Adorning the obverse, the word liberty arches gracefully, symbolizing the enduring ideals upon which the nation was founded. Just beneath Roosevelt's distinguished profile, the motto, "In God We Trust," serves as a reminder of the spiritual and cultural foundations intertwined with the nation's identity. While many might overlook these inscriptions, they contribute to the coin's value, offering both historical significance and aesthetic appeal. Every detail, from the curve of Roosevelt's hair to the sharpness of the lettering, is meticulously crafted, reflecting the artistry and precision of the United States Mint during this era. Flipping the coin reveals a masterpiece of symbolism and national pride. The reverse design showcases a soaring eagle, wings fully extended, standing proudly on a bundle of arrows, a representation of strength and defense. Encircling this image is a wreath made of 2 olive branches, a universal emblem of peace. The combination of arrows and olive branches conveys a delicate balance between vigilance and harmony, a reflection of the ideals the United States has sought to uphold throughout its history. Beneath this intricate tableau, the face value is clearly inscribed, yet its true worth far surpasses a mere 10 cents. Further enhancing its allure, the reverse side features additional symbols that underscore liberty, peace, and triumph. Ahead of the motto, E pluribus unum, an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch stand as potent reminders of the core values shaping the nation. The olive branch speaks of enduring peace, the torch illuminates the path of freedom, and the oak branch embodies resilience and victory. These symbols are not mere decoration. They communicate a powerful narrative of national identity and aspiration, embedding the coin with both historical and emotional significance. Collectors are often drawn to the 1990 D-dime not only for its symbolism, but also for its scarcity and unique production characteristics. Coins minted in Denver that year were produced in limited quantities compared to more common dimes, and those surviving in pristine or near-mint condition are exceedingly rare. Even slight imperfections or work can drastically influence market value, making high-quality specimens highly sought after. This scarcity transforms a simple coin into a potential treasure trove for savvy collectors, who recognize its investment potential in the ever-growing market for rare coins. Market trends have further amplified the coin's allure. Over the past decades, rare bicentennial and commemorative coins from the United States have seen meteoric increases in value. The 1990 D-dime, in particular, has attracted attention from serious investors, auction houses, and private collectors, with prices for exceptional examples reaching astonishing heights. Its desirability is fueled not only by its condition and historical importance, but also by the cultural fascination with Roosevelt and the era he represents, a period of profound transformation and resilience in American history. The 1990 D-dime also carries a unique charm for novice collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. Unlike some coins that require years of study to appreciate fully, its design immediately conveys significance and beauty. Holding one of these coins is akin to grasping a small but tangible piece of America's legacy. The intricate imagery, combined with the story behind its creation, transforms a simple numismatic item into a conversation starter, a family heirloom, or even a centerpiece of a personal collection that could appreciate dramatically over time. This dime embodies the thrilling allure of discovery. Many collectors have stumbled upon these rare coins in circulation, wallets, and old coin collections, often unaware of the fortune they hold. The idea that a humble 10-cent coin could suddenly reveal itself as a $1 million treasure captures the imagination like few other items can. It's a tangible example of how history, artistry, and fortune can intersect in a single small object, inspiring both wonder and ambition in those who encounter it. The 1990 D-dime represents a pinnacle of design and significance. It carries forward the tradition of commemorating influential figures while intertwining national ideals in both form and symbolism. Each element, from Roosevelt's confident gaze to the meticulously arranged eagle, arrows, and olive branches, has been carefully chosen to create a coin that is not merely functional but iconic. The result is a numismatic marvel that continues to captivate collectors and investors, reminding us that even everyday currency can become an extraordinary artifact over time. The 1990 United States 1 dime is about more than wealth, it's about connection. It is a bridge to history, a symbol of American resilience, and a testament to the artistry and precision of the nation's minting tradition. For those fortunate enough to possess one, it represents the thrill of discovery, the excitement of rarity, and the potential for life-changing value. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a newcomer intrigued by the allure of rare coins, this dime stands as a shining example of how history, art, and fortune can converge in a piece so small yet infinitely significant. The 1990 D-dime is not just a coin, it's a portal into a pivotal era of American history. Every time you hold it, you're reminded of Franklin D. Roosevelt, a leader whose vision shaped modern America. The coin preserves his likeness with remarkable precision, capturing the determination in his gaze and the subtle contours of his face. Unlike ordinary dimes, this coin tells a story, blending artistry with historical significance, making it far more than a mere currency piece. The eagle on the reverse is rendered in astonishing detail, its wings poised as if ready to take flight. The shafts of arrows beneath its feet, combined with the olive branches, form a narrative of vigilance and peace. The torch, olive, and oak branches that accompany, e pluribus unum, elevate the coin from simple money to a work of symbolic artistry. Each element communicates values that Americans hold dear: liberty, strength, and perseverance. The 1990 D-dime in excellent condition makes it a highly prized collectible. Coins that have survived decades without scratches, discoloration, or where are extremely scarce. For investors, this scarcity transforms the dime from a collectible into a financial asset that can appreciate dramatically over time. Even slight imperfections can influence the coin's market value, meaning that finding a near-perfect specimen can feel like striking gold in the world of numismatics. Beyond its investment potential, this coin is a thrilling reminder of how hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places. Many rare dimes are discovered in old collections, wallets, or even pocket change, leading to moments of disbelief when their true value is realized. The 1990 D-dime offers the exciting possibility that a simple, everyday object could be worth a fortune, adding a layer of suspense and adventure to the world of coin collecting. The 1990 D-dime serves as a bridge between generations. It connects collectors, historians, and enthusiasts to the spirit of the late 20th century, a time of transition, reflection, and national pride. Its intricate design, historical relevance, and rarity make it an enduring symbol of American heritage. Owning or discovering one is more than a financial gain. It's an opportunity to hold a piece of history, a tangible reminder of the past, and a potential key to a life-changing fortune.